The Mavericks get deep sixed by Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll break it all down coming up next on the DLLS Mavs postgame show.
Is that a euphemism?
Welcome to the DLLS Mavs postgame show powered by Game Time and Michelob Ultra. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. And Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray, alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr., our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carell, and our national NBA insider Marc Stein. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, giving your favorite team, even when a local DFW product, Tyrese Maxey, goes smooth off in the fourth quarter against your Dallas Mavericks as they fall in the city of brotherly love tonight, 121-114, as they drop to 11-18 on the season. Sixers improve to 16-11 on the season thanks to a massive night from Tyrese Maxey as he scores 16 of his game-high 38 points in the fourth quarter, nearly outscoring the Mavericks by himself in the final frame as the Sixers get it done at home tonight. We'll break it all down here for you over the course of the next hour. Appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you are here. Bobby, I'll start with you. Your one big thing from tonight was?
Well, Kevin, we talked about it quite a bit on the watch along, but to give you a condensed non-3-hour version of our conversation, it's that the Mavs just don't have a lot of speed. They're very good in the open floor, and they have a lot of athletes. They have a lot of size. But as far as first initial step, right, they just don't have a lot of guys that can do that outside of Brandon Williams, who's talented, very, very talented on offense, but less so on defense. And so, whenever you go up against a team that has a speed demon like Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, who showed really nice foot speed tonight, but also obviously tremendous athleticism at the two-guard spot, you're going to run out of fingers to plug up all the holes in the dam very quickly. And, I was hoping that the Mavs would back off of Maxey and encourage him to shoot threes. Now, he was 5 of 11 from 3 tonight, so maybe I'm a dummy there too. But there were just so many times where PJ would get switched onto him, or Najee or Coop or whoever, Max Christie, and they would just step way far out on him, like go all the way out to the deep end with him. And it's just 1-2 dribbles just right past him, no move, no screen needed. I'm just going to floor it and get past you. And that's just putting a lot of pressure on the rim, and the Mavs were able to get some blocks, but not enough. Everything was a little too easy for them in the half court and in the open floor. And it just really, I think, re-emphasizes a major weakness of the defense. And the defense has been struggling for a couple weeks now. I know they've been winning games, but they've been doing it with offense. They've been a below average defense for a couple weeks. And, tonight was another example of that.
Ron, your biggest takeaway from tonight?
The Mavs are not a good enough offense not to be an elite rebounding team, and they've not been that all season. They finished the game with 8 offensive rebounds. Like, they don't shoot the ball well enough to not be an elite rebounding team. I keep bringing up Houston because without Houston being one of the best, rebounding teams in the league, they would not be a good offensive team. But because of that, they have a top 5 offensive rating essentially solely from the ability to get second chance points. The Mavs today had 12 second chance points. Like, without Joel Embiid playing, I get that Andre Drummond was playing. He's one of the greatest rebounders in NBA history. I understand that. But they have to find a way to get more second chance points and to get more offensive rebounds. It's kind of the last thing. Well, not the last thing, but it's one of many things to kind of unlock a top 10, top 15 offense for the Mavericks, because they're not an elite three-point shooting team. They probably won't be because that's just not really on the roster. But the rebounding just has to be better if they're not going to be able to get to the rim or shoot the ball from a 3 at an elite level.
Marc Stein, it felt like a team, and the Mavericks got exposed quite a bit tonight with their lack of point of attack defense. I see folks already pointing out in the chat. Yes, Caleb Martin, former Philadelphia 76er, D and PCD tonight for the Dallas Mavericks. Did not touch the floor for Dallas tonight. Your biggest takeaway from tonight?
First of all, that shirt is so out of order. I'm this close to just walking off the set. I mean, is he taking the piss or what? I mean, what is
Stein's pissed.
He's rocking a Man U jersey, of course.
Chat,
Stein's a big city guy.
Let him know, chat, how out of bounds that is.
Yeah.
You could have retorted with a city jersey.
I've been fascinated all season by two-way players because here it's been such a big story.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic Barlow is also on a two-way in Philly. And
I know that.
had a massive game tonight. And look, I'm not putting this loss at Ryan Nebhard's doorstep, but one of his strongest impacts since he's been starting, not only have the turnovers gone way down, but the Mavs 3-point game has gone way up with Nebhard running the point and just shot quality. And they really had a run here where they've shot the three well and won the 3-point game several times tonight. I mean, 3 for 18. Like, they got away with one Thursday night against Detroit when the best team from the East is in here. And as Kay Gray's been tweeting repeatedly, like, the Pistons took 122 shots in that game, 33 more than the Mavs. You have to go, I think, back to the 80s to find just a shot disparity like that. I'm sure the Illustrator confirmed that on BK Ref better than I can.
It was the most field goal attempts any team has ever taken in a non-double overtime game against the Mavs.
Wow. It was a 33 field goal disparity, and the Mavs survived that game and won. You're not going to survive a night when you only make 3 threes, when you only take 18 threes, with every other area where the Mavs fell short, the second chance points, the turnovers, etc. So, yeah, I mean, 3 for 18, both of those numbers are way too low.
And, to that point, sorry, Panda Hank had a good tweet. Andre Drummond and Adam Bona, combined to make 2 threes, which is more than Clay and Max Christie made combined. They made 1.
Oh,
nasty,
man.
The Sixers centers made 2.
Yikes,
now,
man.
Wait, so Andre Drummond outshot
Klay Thompson.
Yeah. Ordinarily you would say, okay, well, if you're not taking threes, it means you're taking more twos. You're probably getting to the basket. The Mavs took 54 shots in the paint tonight. Philly took 55. So Philly just got a whole lot more. Philly took 19 more shots than the Mavs.
Can't win like that.
It's because the Mavs committed 10 more turnovers and Philly had 12 more offensive rebounds. Like, it's a possession game, dude.
Yeah, for the second straight game, a team got over 100 field goal attempts. The Sixers took 102 shots tonight.
Man.
After, as Marc has mentioned, 122 was taken by the Pistons on Thursday. The numbers were abysmal on different fronts for both of these teams tonight. Bobby mentioned the three-point numbers as the Mavericks went 3 of 18 from downtown. The 76ers went 12 of 40 from the three-point line. That's just 30% from three. The Mavericks actually shot 54% from the field tonight, going 45 of 83.
The third quarter was almost flawless. I mean,
the third quarter was fantastic for the Mavericks.
They led by 6 in the fourth quarter at one point.
To start the fourth quarter, the Sixers shot 44 of 102 at a 43% clip.
102 is insane.
Yeah, in this game. But the story of tonight's game is 2 things for me. Number one, the dynamic guard play of the Philadelphia 76ers led by Tyrese Maxey, who decided to take over in that fourth quarter. And tonight, the turnovers were a killer for the Dallas Mavericks, who have been better in recent weeks with cleaning up the turnover problem. Marc started to mention it with Ryan Nebhard stepping into the starting lineup. The turnovers have been going down for this team. Tonight, they had 18 turnovers that led to 23 points for the Philadelphia 76ers. If you're not going to protect the basketball and give up second chance opportunities and allow Philadelphia to capitalize the transition, you're going to find yourself on the business end of a loss, which is exactly what happened tonight. So they're
is producer / Emperor Tanner, who happens to be wearing a Baylor, or he was wearing a Baylor hoodie not long ago. Was he secretly geeked because his guy Edgecombe went for 26?
Edgecombe was giving the Mavs the work.
Yeah,
wasn't a secret.
Yeah.
There was a particular sequence where, look, both rookies had themselves their moments tonight. Cooper Flagg and VJ Edgecombe. One of the moments that VJ Edgecombe had in this game, he locked up Cooper Flagg, forced him into a tough jumper, was able to get the ball and took it coast to coast to the other end and finished with an athletic layup.
The Euro was crazy.
Yeah,
too.
the Euro was crazy.
Was crazy.
To finish on that. Cooper had some nice moments, had a couple of really nice dunks, got into his mid-range a little bit, continued to attack the rim as he's been doing as of late. I thought the Mavericks game plan, Bobby, was actually pretty good tonight with no real rim protection for the Philadelphia 76ers. They decided to attack the rim relentlessly, particularly whether it was Najee Marshall or others. They made a concerted effort to get into the paint, which led them to score 76 of their 114 points in the paint tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they were aggressive, but you have to make threes. Now, if they would have made a couple more threes, maybe they win the game, and we're like, oh, my God, they were so aggressive tonight. They just were they were unstoppable. They've proven now for a while, really ever since AD came back and has been playing the 5, and that is something that I'm just never letting go of that. That's just going to be the thing. Since AD's been playing the 5, they have put a lot of pressure on the rim. They've had multiple games of scoring at least 70 points in the paint. Coop's been getting there. Najee is automatic. PJ's been getting there. They've been getting there in transition. AD obviously has been doing a lot of work as well, and Gafford now coming off the bench where he can just bully backups. Like, it is a really, really good setup, and, I don't remember exactly what it is, and obviously it's not updated with tonight's game, but since AD came back, the Mavs were, I think coming into this game, I want to say 12th in offense since then. Which is really good, because they were 30th in the league for a really long time. Mm-hmm. So now they're playing almost top 10 caliber offense, certainly top half caliber offense, but their defense has fallen off because they don't have as much size. The perimeter issues persist, and, tonight they turned it over a lot. They haven't turned it over a lot lately, but they are getting a little worse at rebounding, obviously due to size, and, teams are just having their way. So they have, in some sense, traded defense for offense, and it's maybe gone a little too far toward the offensive side.
Some of us on this panel might call this a good loss, though.
Some would agree. Some would agree with you as well. Can I give you a quick stat?
Yeah.
So a little trivia history. So as far as net field goal attempts, there was actually a game a few years ago in 2022 where there was a minus 33. The number one largest field goal attempt disparity in NBA history.
Can I guess? Because I heard this today, and I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
Was it a Mavs Spurs game in 1983? Is that true?
Maybe in Mavs history, but not in NBA.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure that stat was correct, but go ahead, educate us.
February 22nd, 1950.
Oh
wow!
All right,
before our time.
The STB.
Even before mine.
What is the STB? The St. Louis Bombers.
Oh
wow!
Took on the Minneapolis Lakers.
George Mikan playing that game? Call the box score up.
Let me check.
Is that a George Mikan game?
Man,
probably. It had to have been. It had to have been. So
they couldn't use that other name.
So the Lakers won to improve to 43-13. That night, George Mikan had 28 points at 11 of 28 shooting. The Lakers took 116 field goal attempts. The Bombers took 62.
Wow.
It was a minus 54
plumbers
field goal attempt disparity.
How many rebounds did George Mikan have in that game?
I'm guessing
a lot.
107.
I don't even know. Do they track rebounds back?
They might not
have. Mikan had 1 assist. And that's it. They did not. They did not track rebounds.
How could they track?
I said thanks to this.
The Lakers shot 43 of 116 and won 100-57.
Man, that's before basketball became.
Do you think the Bombers pod that night was pretty negative?
It's probably sad. Yeah. A year later, the Fort Wayne Pistons took on the Lakers again.
Nuts name.
And the Pistons lost 68-64 in overtime. The Lakers took 49 more field goal attempts than did.
Thank you for looking
that up. Did you say it was 68-64 in overtime?
68-64 in overtime.
I wanted to know that. I wanted to know where.
1 assist,
zero
rebounds.
So minus 33, and that's not even that big a deal.
Minus 33 is pretty bad for basically since 1970. There haven't been a lot of minus 33s. Before 1970. It was like every game. every game was that way.
I just didn't know it was possible to miss 75 shots in one game.
We done with the 50s.
Like, the Pistons missing 75 field goal attempts is unreal to me.
Yeah, that was back in the day when taking it from 15 feet was like, whoa, what are you doing?
Hey, relax.
Get closer to the basket.
Who you think you are?
They hadn't invented the jump shot yet.
Yeah.
Good loss in the grand scheme of things. Mavs back down to 12th. Mavs back down to 12th in the West.
For some people,
back down. The Mavs look pretty good.
I mean, that's pending.
Nice dunk.
That's pending tonight's game as the Portland Trailblazers are on the road to take on the Sacramento Kings.
KG has to bring the reality.
I'm just saying.
But if the Blazers, where are the Blazers tonight?
at Sacramento.
So if the Blazers win at Sacramento, a full 2 games ahead of the Mavs if the Blazers win that game.
That is correct.
If.
I will say some folks may not necessarily feeling the loss because the Mavs been playing well. We'll have 1-6 of 8 coming into tonight. We'll talk more about that as the rest of our show goes on. Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, the turning point of tonight's game, a big fourth quarter from Tyrese Maxey. Plus, we'll dial up the Stein Line a little bit later on in our show. Where one of his buddies had something interesting to say on last night's broadcast on Amazon. We'll talk about that later. Coming up next.
If you're anything like me and you're having the worst 3 weeks of your life because all of your opponents in the Fantasy League playoffs have Puka Nacua and your season is about to come to a just blazing failure, well, hey, you should be playing Prize Picks. If you would have taken Puka Nacua for more than 149.5 receiving yards for each of the last 3 weeks, you could buy a mansion and actually just retire early. On Prize Picks, you pick whether a player will record more or less than their projected stats, like Puka Nacua catches, yards, touchdowns, and everything else that's ruining my fantasy season. But you can also play basketball. That's men's and women's basketball, pro, college, doesn't matter, hockey, soccer, baseball, anything. Prize Picks is a whole lot of fun, and you can even stack multiple picks on the same player. Prize Picks is the first and only platform that allows you to do that. So if you want to play along, download Prize Picks, use promo code DLLS when making your first $5 lineup, and your account will be blessed with $50 to use on lineups anytime you like, and you can turn all 50 of those dollars into Puka Nacua bucks, and you can buy a yacht and a jet ski all in one. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
It's 5 days away from Christmas. Have you found the perfect gift yet for the perfect loved one in your life? If you haven't, I got the perfect solution for you, and it comes in the form of Aura Frames. With Aura Frames, you can upload unlimited photos and video by just connecting to the Aura app and do it so through Wi-Fi. You can preload photos before it ships as well, and you can personalize your gift by adding a message before the Aura frame arrives. Also, you can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can certainly frame it. With Aura Frames, it's for a limited time, so save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code DLLS at checkout. That's auraframes.com using promo code DLLS. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and they're going fast, so make sure you mention DLLS at checkout, and remember, terms and conditions apply for auraframes.com today. Mavericks fall on the road to Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia 76ers, 121-114 to drop to 11-18 on the season. The Mavericks have 5 games left in the calendar year of 2025. 4 of those 5 will be on the road, including a back-to-back, which will be on Monday when they take on Marc Stein, the streaking New Orleans Pelicans.
What a long year it has been. What an absolute slog of a year it's been. It is interesting, though, when you look at the West standings.
Mm-hmm.
Those scorching Pelicans who've won 4 in a row.
4 straight now.
Are
Jeremiah
off
Fears.
the foot of the table, as we would say in England. The Clippers are at the bottom of the West.
Nasty.
At 6-21.
And they got Luka and the Lakers tonight in Intuit Dome.
Unreal.
Yikes.
The Clippers are really bad.
Our team gonna start calling about James Harden
of the West.
How about tonight, the ultimate yay boo? So the Mavs, yay boo, to steal a term from the dumb zone, by the way. The Mavs shot 65% on twos.
Good.
That's awesome.
They shot 16% on threes.
Who?
95% on free throws.
Hey!
18 turnovers.
Ooh.
So just the ultimate, like,
Well, if you want a silver lining,
Oh.
I mean, Cooper Flagg had 24 tonight, and you could say it was kind of like a quiet 24.
It was.
If that's a quiet performance,
you're right.
Rook.
The last game of 18.
I think you'll take it. His last game is an 18-year-old tomorrow.
It's dope.
His birthday is also World Basketball Day.
Oh,
Are you guys
really?
aware of that?
They named it after him?
They didn't name it after him, but it's a pretty recent. I think this is the third year that
They have it on the
FIBA.
winter solstice.
I don't know the whole genesis of it all, but tomorrow is World Basketball Day.
That's awesome.
And Cooper
Nice.
Flagg's 19th birthday.
Wow.
nice.
I'm glad that they named it after Flagg.
As you can see on the
Pledge
screen,
allegiance to the flag.
That's right. Tomorrow's Flag Day. It's not global basketball.
Yeah.
Sources say, am I allowed to say this? Should I say?
Oh, yeah. Say it. Break the news.
Sources say, I was going to save this for the Stein Line segment, but sources say that Pledge Allegiance to the Flag t-shirts very well might be in the works.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
And you can't spell allegiance without ALL.
Ooh.
That is going to be a desired shirt, I predict.
I will,
probably.
It will be desired by me.
Shout out to the Knife, who was actually terrific tonight. Najee Marshall has been
Terrific for like a
tough.
month.
He's been amazing.
He's been good for like a month, bro.
Unbelievable,
Good, dude.
For the Mavericks. It's pretty
Have
much.
you noticed, by the way, at home games that Sean Heath is just bellowing the Knife constantly? So
Yeah.
the Knife's campaign to
Yeah.
get us to stop saying the Knife
It's over.
is not succeeding.
It's done.
No.
We need to ask him.
I think he likes it now.
We need to ask him, is he giving in? Is he okay with it?
Well,
I saw him last night and I forgot to ask.
Cooper Flagg has been referring
on
to
the
him
show.
as the Knife.
It's on
and
Thursday
and
night.
he hasn't,
He has?
Yeah. And he hasn't refuted it. So I think Najee's
Cooper
cool
Flagg
with
gets
it
it after a game, post game one time.
for the moment. By the way, Najee tonight, 9 of 12 from the field,
He's hooping,
had
man.
22 points. It was a plus 16.
He was not
For the
quite
Mavericks.
home, but he was
Oh, he had
close.
10
He was
boards?
close
Yeah,
enough
he
to
had
home.
10 boards, man.
Oh, man, he was hooping
Let me say
tonight.
something. We talked about it before on this show. Najee Marshall, who's only making $9 million a year for the Mavericks,
Still.
one of the best value contracts in the league.
The official box only gave him 9 rebounds, though. Somehow he lost one
7
along the way.
straight games with at least 15 points for
That's
Najee.
really good.
The second longest streak of his career, bested
Wow.
only by a 12 straight game streak from last season.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And last season he had done it like 12 straight games, had a bad game, and then I think right after the bad game was when he had 39, 9, and 10 or whatever.
Wait, so he makes $9 million a year?
It's on a 3-year, $27 million deal.
So who makes more money, him or Caleb Martin?
All right,
Caleb
are
Martin.
you trying to
No,
make
I'm
us
asking
mad
a
right now?
question.
Caleb Martin makes more money than Najee Marshall.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was born in Atlantic City, so he was pretty close to home tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I stand corrected. Sorry. His great game was at the beginning of that streak, not right after it ended. I apologize to all my fans.
Like, Bobby, no.
It's okay, Bobby.
That's just every word you
It's okay to
say.
make it. It's
Every
okay to make
stat
it.
is real.
Born in Atlantic City, but moved to Maryland at the age of 9.
DMV legend.
Washington is his true home game. He was fantastic at Washington.
He
in
was.
the game they won.
He was. The turning point of tonight's game came in the fourth quarter. The Mavericks actually led by 6 going into the fourth quarter tonight. They used a stellar third quarter to really put the pedal to the metal against the Philadelphia 76ers. In fact, when you look back at their third quarter, the Mavericks outscored the Sixers in that third frame 35-23. And they had really cooked in that third quarter. In fact, P.J. Washington, Cooper Flagg, and Najee Marshall in that third quarter went a combined, check this out, 11 of 12 from the field. Each of them had 8 points, combining for 24 of the 35 in that period. The 3 of them outscoring the 76ers altogether 24-23, where the Mavericks were able to take control, shooting nearly 79% from the field in that third quarter. But unfortunately, the tide turned at the beginning of the fourth quarter, where the Sixers started off the fourth quarter on a 21-7 run to start off the first 5 minutes of the final frame. And it was led by Tyrese Maxey, who has been fantastic this year. Top 5 scorer in the league, averaging over 31 points per game, top 10 in assists as well. He went on to have 16 of his 38 points in the final frame, and the 3-point shot, Ron, really got going for the 76ers in that final frame, whether it was Maxey, Bona hit a 3-pointer during that time span as well. But unfortunately, that run doomed the Mavericks, and they just went absolutely cold in that fourth quarter.
Did you guys see the other day Followell? I'm trying to find the tweet. Followell counted up 25 players in today's NBA. Yeah. By my count, Followell says there are 25 current players with DFW connections, either born here or played their high school ball here.
Yep.
Basketball capital.
How many, where is Maxey on that list? I mean, you would put Cade ahead of him.
Sure.
Kate's probably the best, right?
But beyond that, who might, help me? I can't think of all the other 23. But
I mean, the Pistons had 4 of them in the game on
Keontae
Thursday.
George, right? Keontae George.
Keontae George is on that
I mean,
list.
Maxey's got to be top 3 at a minimum.
Top 3. for
Maybe
sure.
top-
Maybe not 3.
Maybe
Yeah,
second.
maybe. So chat, help me, because I cannot remember all 20. Yeah, but you're right. 4 of the 25
There's some hoopers that come from
were
DFW,
Pistons.
man.
Ron Holland, Marcus Sasser, Dennis Jenkins, and Cade.
Cade, yeah.
4 of the
Cade.
25 come from the
PJ Washington count?
Pistons.
Where's PJ Washington from?
He's from
He's
Frisco.
from Frisco.
Yeah, so he counts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, South Garland's own Tyrese Maxey just simply took over, and he got to the rim at will.
Shooting the 3-ball.
Shooting the 3-ball.
So good.
His running mate, BJ Edgecombe, fantastic tonight as well. But Tyrese Maxey was really the one that took over in this game.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey is probably an all-star. By the way, he's playing 39 minutes a game. This is like 2004 NBA, like when I used to watch or play NBA Live 07. You'd play the player the whole game. It doesn't happen anymore. He's doing it right now. They need kind of all of his minutes. Tonight, he played 39 minutes. Tyrese Maxey is hooping, and Bobby had the stat pregame about him, he's not been an elite pull-up three-point shooter. Well, tonight, it didn't look like it. He made multiple threes, pull-up, and just a lot of pull-up jump shots. And his biggest thing is, because he's faster than every single Maverick, when you're on the screen, okay, well, I have to respect him as his speed. Well, you're kind of giving up in some ways the pull-up jump shot, and essentially he's taking an open pull-up jumper and he's knocking it down. I mean, I never thought he'd be this good of a player in college. He was a really, really good player.
Keep going, Chad. I see the names.
Devin Booker, he's kind of exploded in the league where it's wow, I didn't know he had this in him. And now he's probably 76ers' best player at this point.
He's unbelievable, man. I mean, he's just a blur out there, and he makes a couple threes, and so your temptation as his defender is to say, okay, well, I want to get out there, and I want to, And the Mavs' whole defense is kind of designed to steer guys into AD or into Gafford or into Coop even sometimes, or PJ or whoever is closest to the rim, but you can't steer Maxey anywhere, dude. He will go where he wants to. He's that fast, he's that quick, but also he's under control. And earlier in his career, and this goes for a lot of players, it's not just a unique challenge to him, but earlier in his career, it was he was so fast that he could get to the thing, but it was oh, I'm here now. What do I do?
That's right.
He would just be almost out of control. And earlier in his career, the Mavs actually took advantage of this a lot. I want to say it was 21-22. They played a game in Philly where they were basically just letting him go past them. I forget which hand. It was either his right or his left hand. And they even said after the game, the book on him is that if you force him this way, he's gonna miss.
He's worked on it.
But he just he is just so much more under control, so much more polished, but maintains that same level of speed, energy, and aggression that just, you're on the back foot before he even catches the ball.
It's crazy.
And he's the point guard. He's really, really good.
Wait, Fox is from Dallas?
He is.
I didn't know that.
De'Aaron Fox?
I did not know De'Aaron Fox was from Dallas.
He's from the Houston area.
Yeah, we're talking about DFW players, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But Marc is smart. I know went to Flower Mound.
Julius Randle, there we go.
Julius Randle. He's up
Marc
there.
is smart. That is a very important one. But I think
Flower Mound Marcus, right?
Yeah, but I think you would have to put Maxey ahead of Julius Randle at this point.
Yeah, I am. Miles Turner went to Euless Trinity. If I remember, I think Euless Trinity.
So everybody's throwing names in here. This is
There's
good.
some hoopers, man.
Marcus Smart went to
I don't know how we missed
Louisville, my high school.
Somebody had a case in Wallace. So that's saying I can't.
So we don't like Marcus.
I can't count all 25 off the top of my head, but hopefully chat will.
They're doing good. They're doing good.
Don't disrespect Timmy.
Oh, Drew Timmy?
Yeah.
Wait, Siakam's not from Dallas. It's no way, right?
No, he went to Faith. I forget the name of the
Family?
school, but it's no, not Faith Family. It's a school in Louisville. Life,
that's right.
Life Academy or
Did
something.
he play there?
It was
Christian
like a
Academy?
really small private. I don't know if he.
I
I think he
didn't
just went there for
that's
like a year.
crazy.
Or two.
I did not
I'm
know
gonna
that.
just have to ask Followell to furnish us with his list of 25, and then we'll.
Because Siakam moved here he's from Cameroon, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? So he moved here from Cameroon while he was in high school. Went to that school in Louisville, I believe, for 1 year, maybe two.
You
and
are
then
right.
Went to New Mexico.
They have it named as he attended God's Academy.
God's Academy. That's right. That's right.
We
Jordan
didn't.
Walsh is from here.
Jordan Walsh is from here?
The Ball Mamba?
Oh my.
Wait,
God,
really?
I knew that I wanted him to be
wow.
on the Mavs.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Jordan Walsh. Duh. He went to Faith Family.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Trey Johnson.
Trey Johnson.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The
Chad,
point is,
Chad is doing
they
well.
have hoopers.
Chad is doing well, but
There's hoopers.
my point was, who can we put ahead of Maxey? Not
Just
named
Cade.
Cade Cunningham,
I don't
and
think
I'm
there's
not
anyone,
sure. I'm not sure there's a name.
Not right now.
Julius Randle to this point would be the closest.
Dude, and
And
Maxey,
Siakam, probably.
Maxey on his good nights.
Now,
Dude,
okay,
like,
Siakam,
Maxey was more of a problem tonight than Cade was the other
Siakam
night.
played
Siakam
enough
is
to be on the
Yeah.
list. Then,
Yeah.
Siakam's
Also,
really good.
Siakam's was in the DFW area for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like whereas Cade is from.
But we'll
Houston.
take it.
Active players, everyone. We know Larry Johnson and Chris Bosh. played.
Of course.
We're talking active.
Those are legends.
players,
Active.
yes.
Dirk.
Okay. All right. Well, South Garland's own Tyrese Maxey took over the game tonight. This is clearly, at least in my estimation, this is his team. No Joel Embiid is on
this is
the team.
definitely
That's the thing.
Like, this is
with,
Tyrese
with
Maxey's
no
team.
Embiid and no
Yeah.
Paul George.
This is his
Same.
team.
And the Sixers on the second night of a back-to-back. I thought this was a game the Mavs would win.
Me too.
So that's why I'm saying good loss, because I had this one down as a win.
I mean, that's a great point. I mean, the 76ers last night beat the New York Knicks in New York to come back on the second night of a
Mavs
back-to-back.
had the rest advantage.
That's two impressive
Wemby.
victories for 76ers on second night of a back-to-back. Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, more on this game as we get into Ron's review, some of his thoughts on tonight's game, and plus a little bit later on in our show, what's the latest when it comes to the Mavericks and their trade situation after they fall tonight to the Sixers. All that and more coming up next. I know you're getting ready for your holiday parties, and I got a perfect place for you to get everything that you need when it comes to meat, when it comes to seafood, and it comes in the form of Wild Fork Foods. I got some great jalapeno bison cheddar sausage a couple of weeks ago at the Louisville location. Absolutely fantastic. I bought myself some boneless New York strip steak as well. I'm going to be preparing this weekend when the Cowboys take on the Chargers so I can enjoy my surf and turf with the shrimp. I also bought at Wild Fork Foods as well. And I just tried this amazing garlic bread. Check this out. It's infused with garlic and Parmesan, and I had that with some lobster mac and cheese last night. Absolutely to die for. So I want you to go to Wild Fork Foods. Remember, with everything they do, they blast freeze it so it maintains its freshness all the time. So whether you get steak, hamburger, whatever the case may be, check out Wild Fork Foods at wildforkfoods.com. My favorite location is the Wiley location. They've got everything you need to supply your holiday party of the season. Again, wildforkfoods.com. Check out the best meat and seafood market in the game today.
Everyone, the college football playoff has begun, and a lot of teams are tasting the sweet taste of victory. One of those teams, the Miami Hurricanes. They upset Texas A&M in Texas A&M. While I watched one quarterback look like he can't read a defense, I watched another, and I watched a coach, and Michael Irvin, former Dallas Cowboys legend, everybody, kissed the coach straight on the face. The coach said it was disgusting, but guess what isn't disgusting, everybody? Michelob Ultra. So I decided today to grab one of these cans, everybody. Red, white, and blue. Beautiful. Looks like America. It feels good. It tastes good, everybody. And in a day of college football, you know, you get some wings. You're having a good time with your buddies. You're like, man, I got the buffalo wing. I'm just missing kind of something just to top it off, to make me feel a little bit better, to kind of up my day and up my mood. And that's Michelob Ultra. And it's the delicious taste of victory that deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA.
Appreciate you joining us here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Full crew in the house tonight as the Mavericks fall, unfortunately, 121-114 on the road to Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia 76ers. It's time for Ron's review here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Ron, your biggest takeaways from tonight, some of your observations on what you noticed as the Mavericks fall by 7 to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think it's something we talked about on the watch long, but like Bobby said, I'll make it, less than 3 hours. So the Mavs just really lacking that point guard defender, and we kind of brainstormed. We're like, man, are they going to be able to kind of locate one of those guys before the end of the season? And at this point, I'm not, that guy isn't on the roster. I'm not even sure that guy is realistically obtainable for the team, which means that the Mavs are essentially going to have to go throughout a full season without a true player that specializes in guarding point guards. And that's a real lacking thing to have in 2025 when the league is filled with Tyrese Maxey's and even Jared McCain's on the same roster. Some teams have 2, 3, 4 of these type of explosive guards. The Mavs don't have anyone to guard that. And then outside of Ryan Nembhard, there's really no other player that's creating shots. And even Ryan Nembhard is more of a passer than a playmaker. A playmaker is somebody that shifts the defense with their offense, and because of that is creating shots for other players. Ryan Nembhard is more so just passing the ball to open players. The Mavs, really, Cooper Flagg is probably their best one at this point, at a player that can get to the paint and then make reads and passes. And, for the 18 to maybe 19-year-old, that's still a very tall task. So the Mavs kind of two weaknesses right now that were very kind of glaring in that game were no point of attack defender that can guard point guards and no real elite playmaker.
Yeah, the point of attack defense, as we kind of discussed going into the game, had a potential to get exposed. And tonight, Bobby, it was on full display in the wrong way, unfortunately, in a number of areas. We mentioned earlier in the show as well, Caleb Martin, former Philadelphia 76er, DNPCD, didn't even see the floor tonight for Dallas. That kind of gives you an indication on where he is at this point with the Mavericks. And a guy that could have provided some level of point of attack defense couldn't even see the floor tonight.
Yeah, and there's not many teams. I mean, a lot of teams have a lot of guys that can dribble, but there aren't many teams that have guys that are like effectively quick with the ability to finish. Like Maxey and Edgecombe both qualify. So when they're both on the floor, you got to worry about them. Now, McCain is not as quick as them, but he can shoot. Probably definitely better than Edgecombe at this point in his career, but depending on the night, even better than Maxey. Like McCain is a really good shooter. His plus minus tonight was dizzyingly high. So the Sixers always had a lot of dribbling / playmakers on the floor and quickness and finishing ability and all that stuff. The Mavs defense in its current state is good enough, I think, to load up and maybe not stop a Cade level player, like a all-star, all-NBA level player, and make their life tough, but they can at least contain pretty much everything. Tonight, against a team that has two of those guys, or even three of them, although I don't think they were all three on the floor at the same time at any point in the game. But anyway, with two of them on the floor, now all of a sudden you're having to make a choice. And the Mavs' choice was to, all right, we're going to try and stop this dribble penetration, but because guys are getting cooked on closeouts, we have to slide help over early, so we're going to have to leave someone open. And they chose to leave open Dominic Barlow. And you mentioned that earlier, Stein. And Barlow, to his credit, made a bunch of shots.
Made him pay.
21 points.
That's
his second 20-point game in his NBA career. The other one also came against the Mavs in April 2023. The last game of the season in 2023. So,
real, man.
If Barlow would have had a bad game, then the Mavs maybe win, but what you oh, jeez.
You pulled the Kevin.
Yeah. Did you hear it?
There you go.
Did you hear it?
Nice. Good job.
What the Mavs did, the Mavs found themselves in a very precarious position, and they haven't found themselves in that position many times this season where the other team has too many guys that can beat their own players, and so they have to do some gimmicks in order to stop them, and Barlow made them pay. And they used to have to do this a lot. All right, back in the Luka Brunson era, they were doubling teams all the time to protect Luka and Brunson, and they still managed to make it work somehow. Some of it was luck. Some of it was really good execution by Dorian and Maxey, two of the best Mavs players of this century.
Bullock.
But, this team has too many good defensive players and too much athleticism to resort to defending like that. Luckily, there aren't many teams that can play offense the way the Sixers can, but the teams that can are going to give the Mavs fits. And, I look I look forward to who they got on Christmas. They got Steph, dude. Like, who is chasing Steph around the floor?
Nimhart. Get ready. Get ready, brother.
This is from Mike. I wish I was back on the Pistons beat Curtis of the Dallas Mavericks.
He leaves and they immediately get good.
Who is with the team in Philly tonight. Jason Kidd on the rookie showdown between Edgecombe and Flagg. Quote, VJ's good. He's aggressive. He's fearless. He can shoot it. He can put it on the floor and get to the rim. All that was for Tanner. I thought Cooper did his best to put us in a position to win.
He did. As Sheldon says in the chat, Mavs encountered the same problem against the Lakers. So, and the Lakers now have three
of those guys,
super high level players.
It's crazy.
And not many teams do. But the teams that do, gonna give the Mavs fits.
So I've been thinking while Bobby was talking, right? What do you think is the Mavs' biggest weakness on this current team? Like, is it?
I think it's quickness. Yeah.
Is it still like foot speed?
Yeah.
It's like the biggest weak. Like, is it playmaking? Is it foot speed? Is it
and lack of point of attack defense?
Is it point of attack defense?
Well, if you're gonna rank them, I don't know.
Offensive rebounding.
I think the four big ones are quickness, point of attack defense, shooting and
for sure.
Decision makers.
Yeah.
Playmakers.
Because they really only have, aside from obviously Kyrie who's injured, they really only have one and it's a guy on a two-way deal.
They got a lot of guys that can get to the basket, but not a lot of guys that can do something en route.
Yeah, exactly.
A few concerning things from tonight. I mean, check this out. Max Christie, Daniel Gafford, and D'Angelo Russell went a combined 0 of 3 tonight from the field.
Oh.
Daniel Gafford didn't take a single shot tonight, had 2 free throws for 2 points. Max Christie took a total of 2 shots, and both those came from the three-point line. He didn't score a single point in this game, and D'Angelo Russell, I mean, somehow he was a +6 on the floor, but he took 1 shot.
Had nothing to do with him. He was floating around up there.
Yeah, he was awful tonight and had 0 points. So you got to combine 2 points from Max Christie, Daniel Gafford, and D'Angelo Russell. Like, that's...
I want to hear KG say a positive thing about D'Lo. What can you name one thing D'Angelo Russell did positive tonight?
Tonight? Nothing. Nothing. Just like the score he had. Nothing. But Max Christie, to me, is the biggest concern out of all that because, I mean, he's been playing really well as of late, and selfishly, he was in our Mavericks player spotlight. He was abysmal.
Rim running bigs and three-point shooters, their number of attempts is a direct reflection of the level of playmaking, the level of threat that playmakers pose to defenses.
This is very true.
Why is our good friend Sports Guy T.O. sending Mike Curtis to OKC?
Tank the team.
That went over my head.
What you doing?
Tank the team.
I get it now.
The last time the Mavs made 3 or fewer threes in the game, Adam asked that in the chat, was Feb 5th, 2016 in a 116-90 loss to the Spurs. I think, was that the game that Salah was talking Tim Duncan on the bench, and him and Pop looked at each other and were like, "What is this guy doing?"
Salah.
I don't remember that.
Salah measure.
Salah the
ball. I'm like Mo Salah.
I'm pretty sure that was the game.
Measure, yeah.
I'm almost positive that was the game.
Salah the Balla was trash talking Tim Duncan.
Yeah, and him and Pop just looked at each other like and pointed like, "What the hell?"
Pop used to be so funny in the sideline.
I love Salah. Do we want to do the Tankathon spin before the break?
No, we want to save it for the last segment.
Okay.
Don't we?
Stein said no.
I don't know if we were going to get into rumors or what.
I do have one I want to ask him about in his segment coming up here in just a moment. His good buddy Chris Haynes had some interesting things to say last night on the NBA on Prime broadcast.
The Tankathon spin needs a proper build up and everything.
Oh wow, he almost knocked down the Michelob Ultra sign. Look at you.
Luckily, if that one breaks, we got another
glorious
one,
Michelob
I
Ultra.
would have to wear that forever.
That would have not been the sweet taste of victory.
My advice would be if you break it, don't do it on camera on a live show.
Well, I think it's like one of those things where I wonder if Michelob would have been cool with it because it would have gotten a lot of retweets.
Hey,
but I don't know. I'd rather not find out. I'd rather not find out.
Marco says the biggest weakness is the Mavericks' age with AD, Clay, and currently an injured Kyrie.
Well, that kind of feeds into the foot speed issue.
Yeah. One and the same.
I mean, the average age of this team is 28 years old.
With the youngest player in the league.
With the youngest player in the league.
Without him on the roster.
That would put the Mavericks, I believe, at 10th or 11th as oldest teams in the league.
Oh, wow. That's actually not as old as I thought.
You want to take a guess at who the oldest team in the league is?
Clips.
The Clippers. Their average age is 30. That's the average
I
age.
genuinely would love, or some teams
I
would
clearly
be like,
was there if it was a
James
home
Harden. You sure you want to say with Los Angeles?
Clippers are old as hell.
Sure
man.
about that?
And they are getting dusted night in and night out.
What is the date on
as they now are the worst record team wise.
The Clippers are an embarrassment to basketball right now.
They're an embarrassment.
It's genuinely an embarrassment to the NBA that the Oklahoma City Thunder own that pick, and they're still syncing it up like that. While James Harden has been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And Kawhi, when he's played, has also been pretty good this year. That just shows you they have none of the other guys. They thought they can get off normal power.
Is it going to be 2 sub-500 teams playing each other on Christmas? Can the Warriors get to 500 before Christmas?
Absolutely
They're also
not.
not good. Yeah, the Warriors are not good either.
By the way, the Mavericks will finish up the calendar year of 2025 with 4 of their last 5 games on the road. Shout out to Tanner. I must have just been reading my mind as he was pulling that graphic up. Love Tanner.
At least the home game's an easy one, right?
No.
Tanner is bossy, but he does have some nice graphics.
We got a good synergy going on. Me and you. Yeah. He did. Yeah.
It was a good pizza.
Yeah.
DLS Tank.
I did some work on the cheese. I'm not going to lie.
That's cool.
You did work.
But as you can see on the schedule, the Mavericks will be on the first half of back-to-back on Monday, on my birthday, actually, when they take on the New Orleans Pelicans. And they come home to take on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, who got ran by the Houston Rockets tonight.
Let's keep running them.
And then, of course, they will finish up their calendar year on the road against the Warriors, the lowly Sacramento Kings, and then, Bobby, against the Portland Trailblazers with tip-off, boys and girls, at 9:30 p.m.
It's against the
Central
rules.
Standard Time.
I kind of tip off.
Of course, that's your kind of tip-off, which is funny because that's actually a half hour earlier than what the original start time was going to be.
10 o'clock.
It was going to be a 10 o'clock start time, but NBC and Peacock was like, hey, actually, we don't want you to be mad at us anymore, so we'll move the time.
I wrote him a letter. That's why.
Oh, you wrote him a sternly worded
Bobby.
letter to get that changed?
Wow.
Well, good job, Bobby.
I mailed
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much.
I mailed it on schedule release day. It finally got there. Like
Oh, wow.
last week.
I thought you knew the CEO of NBC.
Let's.
I don't. Who is it? Do you?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought you all were boys.
Probably are. I mean, I have too many friends. I forget them.
So friendly as Bobby. Let's take our final break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, we take our spin around Tankathon. And could this Mavericks big man be on the move to Golden State? We'll talk about that next.
I'm discussing the Tankathon strategy with Tanner right now. And are you? All right, Tanner will spin. No, well, Tanner, if you want to do the Die Hard read, you can, but I'll do the Die Hard read. Hey, you should go to alldlls.com or scan that QR code that will appear in moments next to Marc Stein's feet and his laptop bag and his charging
the
cable.
QR code,
if
Mark
that's up.
Stein? Can you point to that?
If you go to that website, it will give you the option to become a diehard, and a diehard is a member of our community here at DLS Sports, and supports what we do. In exchange for a small amount of USD currency, you will receive a free shirt. Okay. We got 50 to choose from. Tanner's got one of them on right now. It's a Pagebackers inspired Rookie of the Year shirt. Tanner also has a hat on.
He does have
Nice.
a
We do have
Nice
a bunch
cap.
of hats. Tanner's wearing the one that's on the far right.
Which is my
That
favorite.
looks to me like off-white.
It's
That does not
off-white.
look like beige. The website says beige. I say it's closer to
I say off-white.
to cream or to off-white.
Well,
But then we have a couple black hats. We have a dark blue hat, and then we also have it's like a grayish bluish hat from before. So now we have a lot of hat options to choose from on the site. You also get, again, a free shirt of your choice. You get a 20% discount on any other merch, any events that we do. You get to join the DLS Discord. It's a great place to hang out with diehards. You also get to read all of Ron's written work on the site. He posts some stuff for free, but some of that stuff you got to pay for. You also get to read Clarence Hill and Ali Jawad on the Cowboys, Sam Nessler and Sean Shapiro on the Stars, and Jeff Wilson on the Hot Stove Cookin' Texas Rangers. And you get your physical diehard card.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's all.
No one's got their physical diehard card here.
I'll
so
get mine.
You know what's funny?
Some of us have
It's
a
a race.
race. Some of us
Record
have
time.
Oh my
Bam!
God!
Let's
Greg
go.
got it.
Record time.
Tanner
Bad
got
boy.
it.
That's
Stein
right.
got it.
So
We
hold
got
it up,
three.
Tanner.
Where's
Let's
yours?
go.
I don't think I've received one.
Oh
on.
my God! Well, thank you for supporting us.
As we finish up here on our DLLS Mavs post-game show, it is time to dial up the Stein Line with our national NBA insider. Mark, is that dialing up the Stein Line?
Yeah, I
Is
like
what
that.
you just
Let's
did?
do that every time.
We do need a sound effect for dialing up the Stein Line at some point.
need something like that.
Tanner,
That's
you've
more
been
like a
cooking
bird.
into the wee hours of the morning. Can you come up with a Stein Line?
Let me start with yet another Mike Curtis quotation. This is another.
Oh, wait, he's got one.
Well,
I said we'll dial up the Stein Line from now on.
that made
Come
him laugh.
on.
That made him laugh.
I love that.
This is a pretty predictable response. This is not gonna be classified as breaking news.
No.
Yet again, via our friend Mike Curtis from the Dallas Morning News, formerly of the Detroit News, and I saw Mike Curtis just getting cozy with every member of the Pistons traveling party, as if to say, "Bring me back, bring me back."
Shout out the Pistons
to
reporters,
Motown.
man.
But
Good job.
this is from Mike Curtis.
Detroit,
Mike
we'll take a lightly protected first. All right, the situation's dire.
Mike Curtis apparently asked Cooper Flagg, any special plans for your 19th birthday?
Oh, boy.
Quote, nah, not really. We're flying out to New Orleans. Got to get ready to play them. Resting up. getting my body right, and resting up for Monday.
Get a Michelob
At
Ultra.
least have a soda.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, get a Michelob in.
Being in
He's
New Orleans
19.
for
He's
your
19.
Cannot do that.
being 19
Must
on your
be 21 or
birthday
older.
in New Orleans is a hell of a place to be for your 19th birthday.
Beignet?
I'm surprised.
There's a super chat from GM Ben, so we can just skip over it. Okay, let's proceed.
You know,
you would actually like that one if you want to read it.
I'm not reading that.
$1.99 from GM Ben. United kits banned from all future
Hey,
episodes.
Says the Chelsea fan. Anyway, we won't get into that.
But appreciate your support, GM Ben.
Let's dial up.
Maybe
the
they don't, but I do.
I appreciate
I
you.
appreciate just super chat.
See,
Thank you, Marc.
another reason I like the 9:30 games. I don't think GM Ben will stay up to.
Oh, he'll be up.
to follow
Don't
that.
miss it with a good time, okay?
He'll be up
Yeah,
watching
don't
some
probably be here.
old
Watching
Marvel
the-
movie.
That's right.
He's watching the Internals.
Dang it!
By the way, some of the other action from tonight in the NBA, the Wizards come back and get a win.
Wait a minute.
It looks like it'll be over the Memphis Grizzlies, as the Grizzlies are trying to get to 500. That's happening on the road right now. Other finals I mentioned, the Rockets ran the Nuggets tonight 115-101 in Denver. Celtics,
Durant.
they got the Raptors 112-96. Pelicans whoop up on the Indiana Pacers tonight for their fourth straight win, 128-109. They scored 44 points in the first quarter in that game. And then the Pistons beat up on the Charlotte Hornets 112-86 as Cade Cunningham goes for a triple-double in that game against Charlotte.
The Nets and the Pels have more wins than the Clippers, and now the Wiz have won.
Yeah.
The Wizards went on.
So
to
now the
win that
Wiz
game.
have 5 wins. They're
They're
only
tied?
one off the
Oh.
Clips 6.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
Clippers are embarrassing.
improved, quote unquote, to 5-21
Can't
on the
believe
season.
it.
Stein thinks I sleep. Funny.
Shout out to GM Ben.
LOL.
Let's get into it because I want to start here. Your good buddy Chris Haynes last night on the Amazon on Prime Video nightcap broadcast has some interesting things to say about the Warriors and their searching for an athletic rim running center as they're trying to improve their center position, which is one of the worst, if not the worst in the league right now. Among the names that he mentioned, Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets, Robert Williams of the Portland Trailblazers, and Daniel Gafford of the Dallas Mavericks as potential targets for the Golden State Warriors.
Well, I would say to this point, the Pacers are the team that I've most frequently heard in connection with Daniel Gafford. With the Raptors, it's a matter of, do the Raptors want to take a big swing? Do they want to go for someone like AD or Sabonis, or would they rather do something more cost-effective like Gafford or even Nick Richards, who's even easier for the Raptors to absorb because Nick Richards is basically making $5 million this year, which is a very tradable salary. I've been saying it, I think, since June. Daniel Gafford was signed to a contract that makes him very tradable. Big men, all the chatter in recent years about big men are going out of style. The big man is extinct. That is all proven wrong. It's completely swung back the other direction. Teams want size. I do not foresee an issue for the Mavericks to be able to trade Daniel Gafford by the February 5th trade deadline if they so desire. Now, when the season started, you would have, before the Mavs got off to such a terrible start, you would have said, okay, Lively's now out for the season. Do you really want to trade Gafford when Lively's out for the season? And AD has missed no shortage of time. But as we've said so many times, if this team ends up in the lottery, that will not be a bad thing. This is the year for the Mavs to end up in the lottery. So to me, trading Gafford for the strongest return you can get by the deadline is probably the wisest course, instead of focusing on what does it mean in the short term, what does it mean for this year's team. But the Mavs, I think it also behooves them to play this out. Trade season has commenced, but let's see what kind of offers materialize between now and February 5th, because I think they're going to have opportunities. I don't know that the Warriors will be firmly joining that chase, but are the Mavs going to have an opportunity to move Gafford between now and the deadline? I believe the answer is yes. I hate when I'm being serious and earnest and I'm not watching the chat and you guys are cracking up I have no clue what's going on.
I love our chat.
Yeah,
I know, but I like everybody's what's funny?
Boogie was saying guys that are from DFW and then said, "Oh, just realized
They
what's
chimed in
funny."
with debate, which is a good one. Yeah, they chimed with a
thanks
good
for tuning
one.
in anyway,
Yeah,
Bug.
shout out to you for
No,
tuning
it's
in
awesome.
Thank you,
anyway.
Bug.
That's love.
That's
Yeah.
So,
Passed
Marc,
out.
but now that now that the Mavs have won, and before tonight's game they were a half game out of 10th or whatever it is, you're right there in a position to possibly make the play, and if you can keep winning some games, and obviously Kyrie every day is one step closer to Kyrie coming back. So, the most optimistic Mavs fans are looking at this thing and saying, okay, they're much closer to the team that's won 6 out of 8 or 7 out of 10 or whatever it is now than they were to the team that started 2 in a million. So why would you break it down now as opposed to at least waiting to make a decision until February? Do you think that they're going to wait until February to make that choice?
I don't think the choice is so much focused on wins and losses, because I think deep down they know that they are better off being in the lottery. They might be too good to be in the lottery. That is the reality of this season's West that we've been talking about all night, where the bottom 5 is so bad. The Mavs might not be able to get in the bottom 5 the way this is shaping up, but they're in the bottom 5 right now, and trading Gafford for future assets, if it hurts them this season, to me, is the right move. Someone in the chat is asking, if you trade AD, why do you need to trade Gafford? Gafford is more likely to produce an offer that the Mavs are comfortable taking. The offers for AD, as it stands, the way they are trending, the projected offers that the Mavs are going to get are not going to be appetizing to the point you want to take them. If for the Mavs to get an offer, because remember, starting next season, the Mavs have to win again. The Mavs don't have control of their first. The Mavs first, the 2027 first, is only 1 to 2 protected. It's going to Charlotte otherwise. So the Mavs next season want to be as good as they possibly can to mitigate the damage of sending that pick to Charlotte in a trade that was made to strengthen the core around Luka Doncic. So to me, if you're going to trade Anthony Davis before the deadline, or even in the offseason, the return has to ensure, it has to help you win next season. It has to make you better. And I just don't know that those offers are going to be there. Certainly between, there's 46 days until the trade deadline. Is there going to be some great tantalizing offer for AD in the next 45 plus days? Right now, I think most people would project no.
And this is still taking into account the financial situation that the Mavericks find themselves in as a pretty much second apron team that's going to have a heavy tax bill going into next season as well. So the considerations around their financials has to be thought about as well as they try to be as good as they can going into the 26-27 season, because they owe a lot of picks to a lot of other teams over the next several years, and we'll see how that continues to turn out.
Time to spin?
It is time to spin.
Time to spin?
Spinning time. We got a
Spin
new
that
setup
thing.
tonight, I think, Tanner.
Tanner's got a new hat, new setup.
He's feeling good. New haircut.
He's been up for the last 37 hours
the body,
straight.
rocking the fade together.
Look at this.
Uh-oh, we got a video ad playing bottom right. All right, there it goes.
It's gonna,
So wait, the people get to see the spin as it happens?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Just to assure, so you want to scroll down a little bit if you can. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's like perfect.
So every
Nice.
loss that the Mavericks have for the rest of the season, we will take a spin and Tankathon.
Oh, we got some music. All right, so
every night.
to give you an update, right now the Mavs are 8th in the lottery order. They have a 26.3% chance to move up and a 6% chance of the number 1 pick.
Which is still better than the odds that they had to get Cooper Flagg, and they got it.
Let's see, man.
What a production this has become.
So let's
I'm ready.
take our one and only spin tonight on Tankathon, and let's see
This is tense.
where the Mavericks land in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Mavs. Come on, Mavs.
Oh!
Wait, where are they though? We can't see.
So number one would go to the Portland Trailblazers. They would
Did you
draft
guys
AJ
see that
Debance.
one-handed follow Debance had today?
Oh my God, that was
It's
last
just
night.
Come on.
every highlight
Come
pisses me
on.
off. He belongs next to Coop, dude.
Oh my
A
god.
Coop DeBonsa wing tandem is winning 42 straight titles.
That'd be
Number two would go to the Charlotte Hornets. They would take Cameron Boozer. Actually, that would be a pretty cool pick for them. Darren Peterson would go. I don't want to send Darren Peterson to the Shadow Realm in Sacramento. For who,
Okay.
for what? Caleb Wilson, North Carolina. He's been
Mavs
fantastic.
fall a spot
So
in
the
this.
Mavs
man.
moved
So
down
the Mavericks actually moved
again.
down to number 9.
What?
I actually take your boy,
Look at the point guard.
Kingston Flemings.
Yeah.
That is the first
a number
Tankathon
9
spin
pick
we've
would
done
still-
this year, though, where
That's
the
not
Thunder have
bad.
not finished in the top 4.
Mm.
So.
And the 9th pick in the draft would help the overall squad. I'm going to go out on a limb and say
What's that?
Kingston
if
Flemings.
they were if they
That's
got
a
the
good
number
pick.
9 pick.
You get a point guard.
Oh, yeah.
that
No,
would be-
I follow a lot of people on Twitter that'll be very excited if Kingston Flemings
Yeah,
became a Mav.
San Antonio product in Dallas.
This is impressive. So is this the third time we've done it? Fourth
This is
time?
the third time. The Mavs have now moved down twice, and they've stayed the same once.
Oh,
So we have to
jeez.
move up.
They've
We
yet to
are
move
so
up.
back.
On average, though, they should move up the next time. On average,
Ah.
they should move up 1 out of every 4 times.
Yeah, Debance is unbelievable, man. Like he is. He gives me Tracy McGrady vibes.
So I sent that clip to a very trusted talent evaluator, someone I've consulted for years and years and years. I said, "Look, Debance has got to be one," and they were like,
Peterson.
"Still has Peterson at the top."
Oh,
of the list."
wow.
And I was like, "And look, I haven't even seen Peterson yet. I am not.
I mean, we
I
hadn't
am
hardly
not-
either. He's been hurt all
I
year.
am
If you
not
want a
qualified to be-
playmaking shot creator,
Peterson,
Like,
bro.
Peterson can play, man.
he
He's
can
getting
score
comps
from
to Kobe.
anywhere on the floor. Anywhere
I'm-
on the floor.
So number 1 pick, you would take Peter today.
I don't know. If I'm the Mavs, probably Peterson. But me personally,
The Debance is fun.
I mean, dude, he's
Boozer's fine.
6'8", 6'9", and he can jump 3,000 feet in the air. But it's you can't go wrong with either of them.
Chat, please tell me you're liking the Tankathon spins. This is a new.
That was quality.
yeah.
broadcast.
This is a
Yeah, that was
wrinkle.
great.
Yeah,
this
I'm
is a
saying-
wrinkle that has raised the level of the show.
Yeah. I agree, though.
I must not so humbly say.
I agree.
Let's get to the rest of your super chats before we get out of here on this.
Even GM Ben has to be impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out GM Ben.
Ardell.
Ardell with the $3.41 super chat. Quentin Grimes is good. Sigh.
Pain.
I mean, for a while there, he was a
Pain.
size.
For a while there, he was the Mavericks' best player tonight because the amount
was
of
stinky.
layups he was smoking tonight
He
was
was stinky tonight.
kind of
Matt,
hilarious.
he makes less money than Caleb. If
Oh,
Quentin
no.
Grimes was on the Mavs right now, they could already have signed Ryan Nimhard to
Oh,
a contract.
Bobby, why are you doing
Just to
this?
give you an idea,
Why are you doing this?
even
Bobby?
though Martin only makes like $1.5 million more than Grimes or something,
it's enough.
that is enough to have already secured Ryan Nimhard's future, and that also allows you then to sign a different player to a 2-way deal and potentially get another prospect in your program. But instead, Caleb Martin is racking up DNPs the way that I'm racking up Michelob Ultras. All right, feeling
A
great,
bunch.
but he's not producing at all, and he's making a lot of money for
GM
each
Ben,
of the next 3 seasons.
GM Ben, you are neither a scout nor trusted.
Oh, wow.
Delete
thing-
that, Tanner.
in the-
Delete that comment, Tanner.
delete that.
It's in there
Delete
now.
that
You
comment.
should have thought about it before you said it.
In the tax bracket that the Mavs are in, Caleb Martin's contract is costing them like $15 to $18 million.
Even some GM Ben humor couldn't break his stride
It
on
was
a Caleb,
still going.
on a Caleb
Horrible
Martin
trade.
rant.
It was a
Like,
horrible
do you realize
trade.
how bad he has to be for Jason Kidd to look down the bench tonight and be like,
Pass.
actually,
D-Lo.
nah, we're
It's
good.
like, God,
here.
we're getting our asses beat on defense. Let's throw Brandon Williams out there and see if we can stop him.
Let's not put Caleb Martin out there.
You
Like,
say, you
that
know
is-
what? We need a point with Dr. Fendrick.
D-Lo,
No, D-Lo, come here, baby.
get warm.
That's
Warm
like,
it up.
That's like Michael looking down the bench of the Toon Squad and looking at what his choices are and looking at, everybody else sitting on the bench is actually, you know what?
Give me Tweety Bird.
Yeah, it's the best. Come on in here.
Clay was minus 20 playing against a bunch of teens, and he got 17 and a half minutes.
That says everything.
Caleb Martin got
Clay was
zero.
abysmal tonight.
Zero.
Clay just is like. I'm not saying that Clay Thompson is like this amazing player. I think this is like the worst team possible for him. Like he can't be on a slow team, and he can't be like the only shooter probably at this point.
Going up against a team like that.
It's
Yeah,
just like he
he's-
just
yeah,
can't.
he's
Like
tough.
somehow he's like It's just he's in a team that has a bunch of athletes, and he's like the shooter off the bench.
Fast Channel 59 alert.
Yeah, well, it's no
Fast Channel
negativity in November
59
though,
alert.
so we're leaving all that in the past.
Yes,
I just
focus
hope,
on the future.
I hope Gafford gets better because Gafford has been a shell of himself
he's not been good.
with the
Sadly.
injuries he's dealing with. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. This is my last show. As Bobby is going to be evaluating my performance here.
Oh,
after
that's
this.
right. Well, did you want to do that on the air, or do you want to do it in private?
I forgot to just give him a proper sign off as it's being my last show.
Oh, okay. You don't know if you're putting on this headset again?
I think I did okay enough. I'll be back on Monday.
Not your wisest shirt choice on review day.
It doesn't matter to me.
You know what this weekend is? It's my birthday weekend, so I can do whatever I want, damn it.
It is.
My birthday's on
wow.
Monday, so I can do whatever I want. Cry if I want to. It's my birthday.
Don't cry.
No, I'm not.
Smile.
Happy tears.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Happy tears.
All day long.
Can't believe this is my life.
Of
man.
false
Hey,
bravado.
whoever that sloppy person is with the
Sloppy
Eagles
is crazy.
that stuff in here, hey, get out of here.
No.
Go Birds.
We
is
welcome
not-
all fans of all teams, especially
Is that
Dallas
Jake
teams.
Fisher's burner?
Well, I don't know about
By
that.
the way,
sloppy.
the Eagles, I guess, did put the Cowboys out of their misery tonight with their win over the
I'm still miserable.
Commanders.
Time to watch NFL draft film.
Yep, it's officially draft season for the Cowboys.
I'm
It's
already on
draft.
there. I'm already there.
They got 2
I'm a sick
picks to
man.
get ready for, too.
I'm a sick
DLS
man.
Cowboys fit to be lit on Monday, regardless of what happens
crap.
tomorrow. Oh, damn. Well, I guess it is my
Ardell,
last show.
Ardell, we got it. We got to yours already. Rewind. We hit
did.
it like 3
Rob-
to 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, Ardell, we got it.
I guess I have been let go because
But we agreed it was a good point.
GM Ben has fired me. So this is my last show.
Damn.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come into
the
your
problem
home.
is, like, none of us want to host.
No.
So we got Ben. You better get on that quick.
Because
Appreciate it. Got Tanner May. It's looking
Ron,
to
you haven't
sound good
hosted
as
a show. You should
always.
host a show.
Monday
I
night.
shouldn't do it.
We back.
Yes, we are back.
Mavs at Pels.
Fears.
Streaking Pelicans all of a sudden. They've won 4
Queen.
straight. The Mavericks will take on the Pelicans at 7 p.m. on Monday. Our pregame show will begin at 6:30. I'll be lit by the time we get it. No, I'm just joking.
Are you gonna be hammered?
No, I'll be good. I'll be
Hammered
good.
birthday show? Why
No.
not?
No, why not?
Monday is your birthday?
Monday is my birthday, yes.
Just bring some sake in here.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Are you old enough to drink that?
if you can hit breaks on time,
I'll joke about it because the anime talk we do.
Tanner was an MVP tonight, as always.
Soju.
Pregame show, watch along, and postgame show. No, I'm not leaving. I'm sorry. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. No.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
No,
Thank
well,
you.
if you said the real quote, you might be leaving.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But we love Tanner. That's our guy, man. Bought us pizza tonight. He was the real MVP for us. So shout out to you, Tanner. Thank you so much. That is our
I'll say, if you want KG to stay, my Venmo is at Bobby Corella. Conversely, if you want KG to go, my Venmo is
Wow.
at Bobby Corella. Just let me know.
And
Vote in
privately
the
send
send it private and leave your vote.
6'1" KG.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
W.
Shout out to our national NBA insider, Marc Stein. Good to have him back in studio with us. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curl. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. I am merely your now fired host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you Monday at 6:30 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all enjoy your weekend and Merry Christmas. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.